To affect January.
Yeah, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime.
Yeah. Oh man, that'll be lovely. He's even. I mean, one thing about Trump, I will say, of his
He was gonna
presidency.
bring down the prices.
But he did. He signed.
But
he,
they try to be like, oh, on the first day.
but he did.
Yeah.
It's a
Because
contradiction, bro.
they do
It's always
policy
hypocrisy.
because they're ignorant. They don't know about
But
politics.
and they.
And then she try to-
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the Doug Saravo Show, which is brought to you by Unsolicited Role Models. The role models you may not want, but you may just need. I
Yeah, you may
promised
need 'em.
more episodes at family parties, and we got them. We got Lewis right here. Lewis, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
We got Andrew Brem right here. Andrew, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome back. Welcome
He
back.
said, "How you doing?"
Remember, you started the show technically back during the COVID days.
Okay. I didn't know that.
The creator.
I didn't know that. All right,
And
Andrew.
And first time guest, Myles. Myles, what brings you to the table?
Oh man, every so often you got to talk. You got to talk. So I'm here. Yeah, you got to let it out. You got to
Now,
talk.
I don't know much about you.
Okay.
You voted for Kamala?
Straight to the point.
I'm just asking.
No, I like that. I like that.
I'm just asking who he
All right, well, let
voted
me
for.
say. All right, I'm originally from upstate New York, by way of Jersey, because I've been out here since I was 18. I will say no, absolutely not. I did not vote for Kamala. I will say, I mean, I don't have no gripes with Kamala. I don't think she's the right fit to lead the country. That's all.
Because I heard back in the day you were anti-Trump, like anti.
Yeah, back in the day, let's say first when Trump first came on the scene, I did not think that Trump was a presidential candidate.
He's still in.
Like he was, he was going up there talking crazy. He did the Rosie O'Donnell thing. He was talking a lot. Curse, right? Curse.
Yeah, I don't care.
He was talking a lot of shit. But when he got elected, a lot of people were mad. Even me, I wasn't mad, but I was like, really? We're gonna elect a guy that's a social media star? Or not necessarily a social media star, but a reality TV star.
Oh, hold
I'm
on.
like, how is this guy gonna run the
Don't go
country?
reality TV star?
Yeah, reality. Donald Trump at that time, he's a big guy. I mean,
He's a
he's been,
businessman.
yeah.
I want to consider him just a reality TV star.
I mean, well,
from like being a realtor, actually just thought that he was a reality TV.
I'll say
Like,
this.
a lot of people just met him from the TV.
Yeah.
show,
From
you know?
Donald Trump's beginnings, from at least you could say from the 80s to the 90s, he was known as like, a tycoon,
Yeah.
businessman. But from the 2000s, I don't know what year he started the show, but in the
2004.
2000s, okay, the Apprentice was a really big show. It was so big that we watched it in school.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, at that time in 2016, I'm like, yo, this guy's a reality TV star. Like, why would we do this? He's not a politician. And even in 2020, I still was like, Donald Trump, he's just a guy that talk a lot of shit. Why would we have him lead the country? And then I experienced that 4 years, and I was like, they doing too much. Honestly, what attracted me to Trump was everything that they were doing to him. He had like 4 different cases on him. They were trying to indict him, and the same, like, they'll sit here and tell you about, well, you can't deliberately try to attack a political opponent to try to stop him from having office. But they're literally doing that right now. Like, they're literally doing
case
that.
after case.
Case after case after case after case. And to me, it's like, you guys are like projecting. You guys are saying that he shouldn't do that, but then you guys are doing it. So there was a level of hypocrisy that I seen, and I really wasn't feeling that. But even then, like, I've been a Democrat my whole life. My mother and my father Democrats, my brother and my sister Democrats, my family Democrats. You know what I'm saying? So when this election came around, it was just like, what really turned me off of voting Democrat was when it's crazy. It's not really crazy, but when Joe Biden traded Brittany Griner for the Merchant of Death, I was like, oh, this guy is not, he's not a negotiator.
No.
Like, what? What? Brittany Griner's not even top 10 in the WNBA. Why would you do this? Why in the world would you do this? Like, she's not even the reason why the WNBA is good.
That's a good point.
Brittany
No
Griner.
one cares about Brittany Griner.
And I knew that it wasn't because of her status, it was because of her sexuality. Because her wife was going really hard in the media, was saying, "Oh, well, you know, I need to get my wife out." Da da da. They were trying to downsize what she did, because in our country, okay, you know, you got like, what was it, like a weed pen, vape pen?
Something
She
like
had something
that.
like that.
It's
And our,
harmless. It's harmless.
yeah, it's hard in our country. It ain't nothing. I mean, we got dispensaries everywhere. You know what I mean? In certain places of the country, but you're in another country. You made that choice, so you can't then get locked up for something that was against their custom and their law, and then turn around and say, "Well, it's an injustice," and then turn around and then,
we explain who that dude is, the Margin of Death. What is it?
oh, was it the Merchant of
Yeah,
Death? I don't
yeah.
know his name, but it was like a Russian guy. He was like selling arms.
Yes, yes.
He was like part of the reason why a lot of people had like weapons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, don't quote me on that. I just know from my knowledge of who the Merchant of Death was. Yeah.
Make it clear.
Wait, hold up. Remember the movie with Nicolas Cage? Something of War. What was it? God of
Swordfish?
No. No, that's John Travolta. Remember, what was it? The something of War or something. It was what's it dude? The dude that was in it was
Chunky dude.
whatever. Dude, from what I heard, the Merchant of Death, that movie was after him. And if you've seen that movie, it was, damn, I really can't think of the movie. It was something war.
Yeah, he was locked
But
up
he
for
was selling arms.
weapons of mass
Exactly.
destruction.
He was in
Took
Africa. He was
care of
everywhere.
yeah.
Exactly. He was everywhere just selling weapons.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, did we really trade this dude?
So, and I think like everyone
Brittany
likes,
Griner?
like, and everyone likes to say, "Oh, you're in a cult. You're brainwashed for voting Trump." That's what they like to dictate towards us, that you're in a cult.
But here's the thing. This is what I'll say. So what? How about that? Let's just go with that. Let's go with that narrative. All right, we're in a cult. I'm not saying I'm in a cult because honestly, I'm not even gonna say I'm a Republican. I'm just saying I'm more conservative leaning. But
Oh yeah, me
if
too.
if people say that you're in a cult, so what? Now what? What are you gonna do about
But
it?
how would you consider that a
cares?
cult? Why? How would you consider that a cult? Because remember, you were on the other side. No offense, you were on the other side.
I was on the other side for a while. I voted for Obama because he was black. I didn't vote for him because of policy. I did it because he was black.
War dog.
So basically, identity politics.
Yeah, it was.
And
Honestly.
I wanted to vote for John McCain, even though I was only 9. I wanted John McCain to win because I was in 4th grade when I wanted him to win,
Really?
and
So
I
you was
wanted-
so you was ahead of your time.
yeah, but
You
my
was way ahead of
reasoning-
your time.
But
What
my
was your
reasoning
reasoning?
behind John McCain winning, like I wanted to for John McCain to win.
Because he was a POW.
No, because he was a handsome old white guy.
Well, yeah, George Washington. If you think about all the presidents, George Washington, John Adams.
He
John
was
Adams,
like a
James
traditional,
Madison,
He's just
John Quincy Adams.
yeah.
traditional old.
James Buchanan.
But I hate the whole
Andrew
idea.
Garfield.
Typical.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing. So what? They were all white guys.
Yeah.
So what? So because we had a whole bunch of white presidents, we need to have a black person or a person of color, of any race.
Or a woman
Or a
in
woman.
office, yeah.
So we need that because it hasn't happened yet. There's no logic in that. That's just an opinion. That's just how people feel. And your feelings fade. You got people don't I think the mass majority of the country don't understand that feelings come and go. All right? You could be happy 1 minute and be upset the next minute. And you can make decisions based on how you feel. And I mean, it's
Unless you're on the left, then you're always miserable.
well, yeah, I mean, I feel like I haven't seen someone on the left super happy in a long time. It seemed like they're always talking about pain and misery, and they're always talking about, well, it's the end of the world. The sky is
Trump
falling,
did
and guess what?
this,
Every single time I look up, I don't see nothing falling from the sky.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to World War III.
The world was supposed to end in
But with
2012.
we bombed Iran. All of a sudden, the world is ending. We're going back to war. What war? We haven't been in war.
We haven't.
I
mean-
mean, being lied to, like the world was gonna end during like
2000,
climate
Y2K.
change. Yeah,
I remember
2012.
I remember Y2K was a big thing. I remember
Right.
that. I remember that. And Nick, at that time, even I was worried about. I was like, they're talking about the clocks and the computers.
we have to
How-
vote for them because we got to save the world.
I remember that. I remember that,
There's
man.
always a lie
It was
with
a big thing. It was really, really big. But we still here.
Yeah.
25 years later. It's 2025.
And people I was like, oh, how can you vote for that guy who's a threat to democracy?
Well, I'll say this. He was democratically chosen. So the threat to democracy would be choosing somebody that the people didn't vote for.
Yeah, they installed Kamala.
Yes,
And here's the thing, I'm not a hater. It is what it is. Democrats they had power. The last 20 years, they had 16 years of power. Within the
Obama
last 20.
8, Biden 4.
I mean, you could say Biden was his third term. Some people will say that.
yeah.
So 12 years.
So 12 out of the last 20 years. Was it 20?
Yeah, or
So
12 out of the last
16.
18.
8 and 4, 12 and then 4.
12
so
out of
that's
like the
16.
last 18.
So they had it all this time. And what? Like, how can you hear people like Hakeem Jeffries will say, well, Trump said on the first day of his
He was gonna
presidency.
bring down the prices.
But he did. He
No,
signed.
but
he,
they try to be like, oh, on the first day.
but he did.
No,
He signed
it
the
only
executive
was
order.
once, and it started dropping.
But
the price started dropping.
if you understand economics,
6 years to
yes,
fix things.
it takes years. Like, we're still in Biden's economy right
Yes,
now.
yes.
So it takes years. And I'll
know
tell
the
you
tax
this.
cuts go into effect January. The first executive order and the first thing that passed in Congress was that big beautiful bill.
Yeah.
It's going into effect January.
Yeah, no tax on tips, no tax
Yeah.
on overtime.
Yeah. Oh man, that'll be lovely.
So-
He's even. I mean, one thing about Trump, I will say, what he needs to stop doing is saying what
He's gonna do.
he's gonna do or what he wants to
And
have
how he's gonna
happen,
do it.
and then it just sounds like a dream.
Yeah.
I think what Trump needs to do is just do something and then talk about it, because Trump was talking about giving everybody, was it the checks from
the checks.
tariffs?
Yeah.
And then even people are, I got
People
friends.
mad right now.
Yeah, I got friends
Because
on
he's
the
not
other
gonna
side
take-
that was talking about, well, Trump is lying. He's not going to do that. And even I'm like, I mean, you never know. He might
When
do
he
it.
did
And then he didn't
He
do
was
it. So I was
he
like,
put his name on the check. Remember?
yeah.
Yeah, but how can he do that when you have every judge blocking what he wants to do?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, as of right now, this is what I'll say. I know Trump is playing chess. It's really, really hard to pass policy and to really govern the country when you have a whole entire party that's against everything that you're doing. And not only that, but they have the whole media. The only media that Trump really has is, besides podcasts, he has Fox News, and that's it. The liberals have
50-50.
ABC
50-50
News.
with Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fox actually
Fox,
has
that's it.
a few hours that are
Newsmax.
all, yeah.
Yeah.
they're all like liberal hosts.
See, but this is what I try to tell people. How do you know we were brainwashed to voting Trump? Because the way I look at it is, as someone that's an independent, I always wanted someone like a Donald Trump to run. Someone that's going to go in there and not play by their rules. Someone that's going to disrupt the system. Someone's not going to play their game. Someone's that's going to mess around with Washington and do what he wants to do and what he thinks is right for the country. That's why come 2028, if Stephen A. Smith is a nominee, even if he's a Democratic nominee, I'm voting for Stephen A. Smith. I'm voting for someone like Mark
Hell
Cuban.
no.
Well, this
No,
is what
you don't
I'll
want
say.
Stephen A.?
No.
Nah, I don't want
I'm gonna
Stephen
say
A.
I'm gonna say this about him. He's actually a little bit common sense.
Stephen A. is why? All right, so
The
Listen,
only thing I don't
listen.
like about him that he wants to be politically correct a lot.
Listen,
so
And
why
he's
don't you like
hey,
Stephen?
and he's
You're not going to
hey,
be a
he
Stephen
might
A. guy.
go like a pretzel the minute he gets into office. 'Cause he
Stephen A.
is-
Smith He does have common sense. I will say that. But the problem is that Stephen A. will, in one voice, he'll talk about Kamala, but then still vote for her. So it's like, how can you say all this stuff about Kamala, but then you're still going to vote for her? How can you say, oh, yeah, he may not support Trump?
A lot based on that, he's not getting my vote because you just lit up a light bulb.
But most recently, like, he was grinding Democrats up. But then people within the black community that have voices on social media was coming down on him and telling him, oh, and within the black community, if you're not, like, there's a lot of black people that vote Democrat. So if you're not within that diaspora, they'll turn around and say, like, you're a sellout, you this and you that, whatever. Stephen A.
Take care, guys.
Bye. Merry Christmas. Stephen A. will grind up Democrats and then still vote for the same people that are making nonsensical.
Would destroy the country.
Then why does he attack them?
He said, but I'm still gonna vote for her because she would be. It would be what he said. It would be like a historical.
Like, but that's the thing, like, that's so. That's shallow. That's super shallow.
For the Senate, she ran and won as the first Indian American.
Because she didn't put black. She didn't like.
Exactly.
And even so, I'll say this. Even as a Jamaicans don't consider themselves black.
Yeah.
They say that they're Jamaican. Jamaicans are very proud. They're very proud of their heritage. Yeah. So, I mean, she ran on being black. And here's the thing. I don't even have no personal gripe with Kamala. I actually think Kamala is cool. But guess what? To lead the country? Hell no.
I think she's corrupt.
Hell.
Like, I know a little bit enough about
but
her.
But everybody up there is corrupt.
Yeah.
Some type of way. Yeah. Like if you think about a billionaire right now, any billionaire right now, do you think that they were a billionaire and they didn't do somebody dirty?
No, I think they all did.
Yeah.
Okay. Republican or Democrat?
Like, I think Trump did stuff as a businessman.
Okay.
But people like to bring up, his bankruptcies. I don't care if he bankrupted. I don't care if he did that as a businessman.
Bro,
that's what you do.
50 Cent.
Companies going down.
50 Cent claimed big. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on this, but I think 50 Cent claimed bankruptcy, and people still say that 50 Cent is a really good businessman.
Yeah.
So the rules are different for Trump. They're just different for Trump. When Trump was a Democrat first.
Oh.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
He ran as a Republican, but everybody knows he's the Democrat.
He's a Democrat.
He's been a Democrat elected Republican.
He's a Democrat.
People don't know that.
Because think about it. His view on abortion. He doesn't say ban abortion. He says,
he says leave it up to the states.
Yeah, leave it up to the states.
If Donald Trump was hard right, he would say, not.
Or banned.
Yeah. He didn't ban it. Kamala Harris ran on abortion and ran on, like, the whole sexuality thing. She had something when she was talking about price gouging. Whether or not it was right or wrong, she had something there. But then she turned around and she was I seen her on a commercial and she was on a couch with a whole bunch of, she was talking about LGBT and she was talking about the transgenders, and that's what really took over, that and abortion. How you going to run on abortion?
Yeah, that was there.
And the only people that are affected by abortion are half the population, which are women. And we can't even talk about it. If a man talks about abortion, they're going to talk crazy about it.
But that was their whole main.
My body, my choice is the
it's a double standard.
But that was their
standards.
That was their main thing that they were running on.
You can't run
Trump
on
is going to ban
one
abortion.
Issue. You can't run on one issue.
Trump is going to take away gay marriage, which neither have been taken away.
They said Trump is authoritarian. If Trump was authoritarian, remember that list? Remember Rachel Maddow was on the news and she was talking about how she was scared that she was going to get put in a
concentration camp.
Rachel Maddow is still getting like 25 million per episode or whatever her salary is. And she's still on the news. Where's the gas chamber that you were going to get sent to? Where are the arrests? See, I'll say this. I think controversy on the right. I think what people are dissatisfied as far as conservatives, they think that Trump needs to do more. The Democrats are talking about Trump is doing too much. The conservatives, the real hard conservatives, especially the MAGA guys, they're saying, Trump hasn't even arrested anybody. Letitia James, James Comey, acquitted. Who's been arrested? It's been 10 months. It's almost been a year. Who's been arrested? Nobody.
To me, it's simple with Kamala.
What happened to that list that he was going to arrest everybody? He was going to throw them into jail.
But that's because
Who?
he's going like
It
he
didn't
said,
happen.
He doesn't go by the book, but he is going by the book.
But the Democrats, remember what they said? They said, we will remember what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And when, not if,
Power.
when we get in power, we're going to remember what y'all did.
Yeah.
And we're going to lock y'all up. Didn't they say? Hold up. Didn't they say
He's
that
got
it was
power
wrong for you to try to lock up your political opponents? Isn't that against the law? Isn't that like against the law, right?
Yeah.
You can't do that. Didn't they say that? But then they could come out on the news and say,
Lock him up.
you, and you. Y'all were following Trump, right? Oh yeah, we're gonna lock y'all up when we get in power.
Yeah.
They don't even have the advantage. They have no leverage. But they could come out and say, we're gonna lock y'all up. The people in power, they're saying this and they don't even have power.
Check this out with Kamala, real quick. Kamala Harris, the reason I didn't vote for her, so people know this is the type of person she is. There's a video of her saying the reason people like teens don't vote or they don't give the rights for teens to vote because they're stupid. Literally.
Yeah, she did say that.
We don't let teens vote.
But now
They're
she's
too
talking
young
about people 16 years old
because
should vote.
you can't be 15. Yeah.
It's a
Because they're
contradiction, bro.
stupid. This
It's
is why
always
we don't let them
hypocrisy.
vote, because they're ignorant. They don't know about
But-
politics.
and
And then she tried to pass a law to stay in power. During their election, she was begging the Congress to pass a law to allow 15 to 18-year-olds to vote.
But these 18-year-olds all believe the same thing. Americans are oppressed.
Yes.
Police are bad.
Well, I mean, there's this narrative where it's like, it's almost like that people act like it's an entitlement thing. They act like the government is supposed to do for them, and oh well, we can't do for ourselves because there's no jobs, there's no salary, and there's truth to that. But America was built on skill, innovation.
Yeah, it's a land of opportunity. Now it became the land of entitlement. Give
How-
me this, give me that, give me free college.
If you have
Give me that.
If you have a
Money.
society that's solely dependent on the government, if everybody's equal, they want to try to do this egalitarianism. If everybody's equal, why would I try to do better if I don't have to? People don't understand nowadays what human beings are. Human beings, the thing where they say work harder or work smarter, not harder.
Yes.
So what would be the smart thing? Okay, if they're gonna give me Section 8, they're gonna give me food stamps. I can't make this much money, but I can get all this, and then I can save my money and I can get whatever I want. I mean, honestly, that's a smart thing to do. But if everybody's doing that, how are you ever gonna move forward? You can't move forward like that. You need competition. And here's the thing.
I agree with that.
People talk about communism, socialism. I'll say this. From what I learned, I took an economics class, so I kind of learned this thing like very recently. Communism is a command system. People talk about communism like it's an evil thing. It's not evil. It's just a different form of government. Communism works in a small country. See, the reason why communism doesn't work in a place like America is because if I want those Jordan 1s that he got,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe I want those in black and white. Maybe I want them in black and red. The government, if the government is spread too thin, they're not going to be able to do what their main function is. You know what the main function of the government is to protect us from foreign and domestic threats,
Correct.
and also to pass legislation and law that can help regulate the society.
Right.
That's their main function. Their function isn't to manufacture, sell, market items and products. That's the reason why what they say in Cuba, Soviet Union, communism doesn't work because the government can't be spread too thin.
Right.
The government has a main function and they need to focus on one thing. That's why,
Protect the people.
thank you. Protect the people. Let the market do what the market does. The market is the market. The government can't come in and they can't set the rules and then try to sell everything, because that's not the government. That's not what they're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not living in a laissez-faire. A laissez-faire economy is when there's really no regulation and the market just does what it does. So we do have a lot of we have socialist programs, but the thing is, communism doesn't work in a body as big as the United States. We have two. If you want a black T-shirt instead of a white T-shirt, you can go to the store and just go buy. You could buy whatever T-shirt you want.
Oh yeah.
The government can't provide that because then they would have to hire, or they would have to make a whole department that's a marketing department, a manufacturing department, and all that kind of stuff. They'd be spread too thin. Government would be way too big. So it's not an evil thing. Communism can work in a place like Madagascar, small island off of Africa. It could work there, but communism can't work in a place like America, especially now where the market accommodates us for everything. If you want headphones, you have hundreds of brands of headphones that you can get. If you want shoes, you can get Adidas, Reebok, Nike, Jordan.
Freedom.
Freedom, baby.
The
That's why
government
it don't work in America.
The government can't do that. So communism isn't a bad thing. It's just not a smart thing.
Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
I just want to know how you would take it. I brought this up to him when I had him on like 3-4 years ago. Now I'm going to ask you from your point of view,
Okay.
because a lot of people in this country say you are. Do you feel like as a black American you are oppressed? Someone's holding you back?
You'd have asked me this 5 years ago, I probably would have said yes. I'll say this right now. I'm not going to say that there's not oppression that's going on, but hell no. I don't feel oppressed. Want to know why? I could walk outside. I can go to the store. I could buy whatever the hell I want. I can drive wherever the hell I want. And yeah, maybe I'll get pulled over by a cop that doesn't like black people. So what? Fucking care. Who cares?
But that happens.
Or you might
But
get
that
your
doesn't
ass
mean-
beat
I don't think
by
you're not
by a
oppressed
cop
because
that's
of
black
that.
or Latino worse than.
Yo, listen, I had a bad experience with a black cop just as much as I had a bad experience with a white cop. Now,
It's like a system.
it wasn't the bad experiences that I've ever had was more frequently with white cops, but I would say that where in the proximity of where I live,
Where you
there's
live.
more white cops than there
Where
are
you
black
live,
cops.
yes.
So if you're talking about statistics and probabilities, that's what's gonna happen. I think people need to stop this. So I'm not oppressed, man. I'm not oppressed.
Because you got people like LeBron James that comes out, delusional LeBron James, who's a billionaire playing basketball, doesn't have to work a day in his
I
life,
mean, that's the status quo, man. I mean, LeBron James.
comes out and says it's tough to be a black man in America.
I don't think it's too tough for him, though.
Yeah,
No.
exactly.
I don't
It
think
might
it's
be
tough for him at
but
all.
Not for him.
He
He
might.
be sending
I
the message.
think.
right?
I think. What I'll say.
The messenger.
What I'll say in the black community is, even the rich blacks, they'll sit there and try to talk for the people that are at the bottom. They talk about a crabs in the barrel mentality, and
Like Jasmine Crockett.
I'll say, Jasmine Crockett, man.
The face of the Democratic Party.
Man, Jasmine Crockett. This is what I'll say. Jasmine Crockett is actually a really good politician because she lies very well. And if Jasmine Crockett was in the 60s, she'd be a superstar. If she was out there when Martin Luther King and Malcolm X was doing all that, Jasmine Crockett would be, woof. She'd have been in the history books, man. But listen, Jasmine,
Small communications era. There wasn't a lot of YouTube, Facebook,
man.
data to back.
Jasmine Crockett just wants to be a social media star. That's all she wants to be. I mean, when Jasmine Crockett first was like really like in the politics, she was very well spoken. She comes from what I understand, she comes from a nice neighborhood. Both her parents were lawyers, or at least one of them was lawyers. So she came from not humble beginnings. She at least was in the upper to middle class. So, she's cosplaying as the ghetto black woman.
Yeah,
know,
she always talk like that, right? She always be overdoing it.
I mean, look, she's playing the part, and
She's playing the game.
she's playing the game. So I'm not gonna hate on Jasmine Crockett for playing the game, but what I will say is that I don't think she's a good representation, not reputation. I don't think she's a good representation of not just black women, but black people in power. You know what I'm saying? I think what people don't understand is that when you have authority and power, you have a responsibility. Like you can't have you can have a self-interest, but you have a responsibility to the masses. Because though we're like ants, we're like worker ants. When you see ants walking around, they have purpose. You see ants moving in unison. You may see them grabbing leaves, grabbing stuff off the ground, and they have a system. Have a purpose, right? Because they're trying to plan for what? The winter or something like that.
All right, guys, Andrew's gonna head out, so let's say goodbye to him.
All right,
Again,
Andrew.
sorry that we didn't get enough of your sharing, but
No, that's
we
all right.
appreciate you
Yeah,
being
we
here.
appreciate Andrew.
All right, you got Jordan
Take
1s
care,
on.
buddy.
You good.
Yeah. That's great. Let's get back to the trip. You're the one who went off on a tangent with kids.
The one that was taking videos and stuff, right? That was.
No, that was the neighbor.
It was like it was either him and Joey Diaz. You know, Joey.
This is an idiot.
And that's one of the things God came to help.